war, you're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dick back here. Welcome to Saturday Night Football, Niners Seahawks. But before we can get to that, we are in the midst of a 30-30 overtime game where it looks like Josh Allen just threw a bomb that was picked off with 7:46 left. We are now next score wins. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Wings plate, Rocco, my man. J-Dog, what's up? Gotti's Ways, Ghostface Digital, Clark, what's up? Brandon, Armand, thank you guys for being here. MJ, we got royalty in the house. Dog Princess of YouTube is here. Welcome. Richie, what's going on? Joel, and shout out to all the G.I. Joels out there. Trexler, Eagles, anybody I miss, Eagles Pro, Zaire, Ray, Ryan, Brian, thank you so much. What do you guys think, man? Does this look like an interception? Or is he down? I think he might be down, man. I guess it's a pick. I don't know. It's close. Ray says when he hit the ground, he had possession. Well, Denver's got the ball at the 20. All right, Denver saved the game with that one. Now can they do anything with it? It's a first down, and we're going to go for a couple. Crazy. He should have been down. Crux says, wow, he should be down. Called the pick. Man, I don't know, man. Did he have possession of the ball when his knee hit? That's the question. It's a pick, Ryan says. Could be. Hold on. There. Not an interception, J-Dog says. How are you holding up with the Eagles? Boring. What? Hey, I'm angry about the Eagles right now. I look at these teams and I think, man, we're just as talented, if not more, than all these teams. We should be in it. Next throws. Call. Second down is a missed tackle. Big hole. Big missed tackle after missed tackle up to the 46. Wow. Way too many missed tackles by the Bills. What is up on your screen? I don't know. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. The guys called done. It's a pick. They did. Yeah, they called it a pick. Yeah, Eagles shut Bills down. Eagles had a 14-point lead versus Denver. You know, we just blew too many things. Buffalo choking. It's a bad time to miss tackles right now. 6:20 left in overtime. Obviously, this thing's going to keep going until somebody wins. There's Nix. Back to pass. Looks. Going to go deep. Turn. Deflected. Nice breakup. They don't call flag there. Please. I don't like Peyton. He's too arrogant. I hear you. Everybody's screaming for a flag. I don't like a flag in that situation. You got to let him play. What up, House Nelson? What if it's your birthday? Happy birthday, House Nelson, man. Shout out to you. We should be here. We should. Rocco, what's up? We should be playing tomorrow. The Bears in Philly, by the way. Josh Allen on the side looking like, here we go again. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they need the defense to step up right now. 2nd and 10. Buffalo uses a second timeout. That was clean. Can't stand Denver. Yeah. McDaniels in the building yet? Not yet, but man, can we please get McDaniels, please? Philly, I'm hot. I hit you a super chat. I just hit my $1,100 parlay waiting on Bills game to end. Hey, congratulations, Crash Out Kev. That's a hell of a hit, man. Shout out to you, man. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Opinion on I don't think Kafka's bad, but it's not what I'm looking for. We need somebody with creativity that can create, based upon what you got. And now you got this whole thing with A.J. Brown and requesting trade. I don't know how a guy requests a trade on a current Super Bowl champion. It's never heard of that. 2nd and 10. The 47. Nix looks, throws, going to go downfield. Incomplete drop. Oh, that's a bad call. That's a bad call. Let him play. That's a horrible call. Bob Cooter, he ain't bad, but to me, it's not what you need. You need better. You need more creativity. See, I hate that they call a penalty like this, because now you're going to put somebody in field goal range on a penalty. I hate it. The refs just gave the game. So we watched the game. It went into overtime. We had 6 minutes, 4 seconds left in overtime, and the refs just decided the game. They just decided the game. I hate when they do this. Refs want screen time, like Puka said. Yeah, but Philly, look at what he did with Jones. Who? Cooter? I don't think he's bad. I mean, I don't think he's bad, but I want somebody else. I prefer somebody else. Refs are mad biased. I mean, they just put Denver in field goal range. You've watched all that football to have it decided by the refs, in my opinion. You need a miracle. They're going to miss a field goal? They might. Cooter McGooter. Left, it came back in. Yeah, this is what's wrong with the NFL. I agree. What's going on, fellas? I'm still bummed out the Birds. Yeah, me too, Eric. Look, I continue to believe this, that you could call a penalty every play on somebody. You can, but you're going to let them play, then you're going to decide the game with a penalty. I hate it. Nix goes deep. Incomplete. Now you got to throw another flag. That's it. That's the game. The refs are deciding the game. This is what I hate. The announcers celebrate whenever Allen runs the push and the coach holding Slay hostage and crying the push makes me root against the Bills, but Denver coach is also... I don't blame you at all. I get it. Yeah. Here we go. Refs, thank you, refs, for deciding the game the last 3 plays. Let them play. Dude, I see worse than that every play. Rashid says, salute 500. No excuse for Josh Allen. If you say he's better than Jalen Hurts, get it done. Yeah, you got to get it done. I agree. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen had way too many turnovers today. He's done. They're done. It's over. I hate that these games are decided on penalties. You need a miracle. I don't know enough about them. I feel like we need a established professional offensive coordinator. Yeah, 2 fumbles, interception, trade on Philly. I mean, dude, you can't turn the ball over in those situations. I don't like the way that these refs took over this game, though. I mean, technically, maybe it's a penalty, but you've let them play. You've let them play the whole game. That's what White's pissed off. You let them play the whole game away. Now you're calling plays on the last drive of overtime. NFC Championship without it don't sound right. It doesn't. True Alpha says, "Well, 500 brother, sick as a dog, but still there screaming, screw the Niners tonight." Oh man, I hope you feel better, bro. Hope you feel better. You think McDaniel's the guy? Vic and McDaniel's don't get. I think all that McDaniels Vic thing is not true. First of all, we've already got reports that McDaniels prefers the Eagles and the Lions as offensive coordinator. Like, he would prefer those teams. So he already knows Vic's on the team. The Eagles are going to bring him in. The whole Vic McDaniels thing is untrue. There was no animosity between those two guys when Vic left. It was the defensive players and Vic. I like McDaniel. I was watching stuff on him talking about, building an offense to fit the guys around. I love that kind of talk. What does it tell you? First and goal. I hope he misses this. Just for justice, Just misses. Just let justice be served. Miss it. Game over. NFC Championship, AFC Championship game. So Bo Nix, Bo Nix did it all right. First time playing playoffs, not bad. Bills are gone. You think their coach gets fired? I think so too. I just don't like that. 3 penalties ended the whole game. You fought all that time, and it came to that. Shit. Bills are chokers. They don't get it done as a team. That's for sure. I think Harbaugh's a great pickup for the Giants. He's a good coach. It's going to be a good pickup, We'll see the dynamics with the GM and how it works there, but I think that's a great hire by the Giants. I would be lying if I said it didn't. Maybe the Bills will win when they play in their new stadium. That's how it was with us. Maybe. I just hate that the last drive in overtime, you have to call 3 penalties? Come on. Let them play, man. Good for Buffalo. That's the one good thing is that coach, after the shit he pulled, the hypocritical crap, he deserves to lose. So I wanted Buffalo to lose because the coach is a hypocrite. Remember what? Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not a fan of the coach either. Bills need to fire McDermott and get a coach in there that isn't a hypocrite. I wonder if they will fire him. Maurice, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. First of the day. This is what the Bills get for keeping Slay. Amen to that. I'm not shedding no tears for Buffalo losing, that's for sure. Could care less. I could care less. But I will say this. I did pick Buffalo in Polymarket. Check this out.
Are you sick of being robbed by the sports books? I am. Well, then Polymarket is for you. And what is it, you ask? Polymarket is the revolutionary prediction market everyone is absolutely obsessed with right now. Legal and live in all 50 states, instant trades, total control. You're trading against people and not the house. All right, so when we look at round 2 of the playoffs, the Birds not in it. There is one game that stands out to me that I really like on Polymarket, and that is Buffalo-Denver. And if you look, the Buffalo Bills got a 75% chance to win this game. I would love to go for the underdog, but I got to go Buffalo because I agree. So I'm going to put $200 on the Bills. I think they win this game. It's incredible. Everyone's going crazy over it. And the most awesome part, downloading the app with the link below and using my code Philly500 unlocks exclusive early access. Early access plus $10 completely free. No deposit, no card, nothing. Don't miss out and join the revolution.
All right, so shout out to Polymarket. I will say this, for this game that we got coming up right now, the Seattle Seahawks, according to Polymarket, 72% chance of winning. 72% chance. I'm not taking San Francisco because I have to root against their asses. I hate San Francisco. So I'm just staying away from putting money on this game. There's no doubt. The one, Christopher Michael, thank you for the super chat. So we've interviewed Zach Robinson, Kafka, Cooter, and we have interest in Weiss Jr. from Ole Miss. What the F are we doing with these interviews? Big moves. I assume they're just going through the candidates. Now, I did read today that Nick is the guy doing the interviewing. It's Nick and not Howie so much. So that does scare me a little bit. You need McDaniel. Get his ass in there and be done with it. Kyle, thank you for super chat. Philly, I'd interview the Bills quarterback coach, Ronald Curry. He would be a fit for Hurts. Interesting. Well, what if the Bills fire their coach? Would you go after the Bills offensive coordinator? Because I would. If the Bills fire their head coach and that offensive coordinator could go somewhere else, I would interview him. Chris Melnick, thank you for super chat. Philly, I told you they don't want any teams from the East. Rams going to NFC Championship game against who cares? But if Seattle wins, it's Super Bowl 50 all over again. Oh, God, Denver, Seattle, I don't want that. I think the NFL really wants the Rams and the Bills, but that you can burn that down now, right? I got to root for the Texans in the AFC, man. You know? Rogue David Super Chat. Hey, Philly, as long as New England loses and the Niners lose, I'm okay with... I might watch the Super Bowl. Okay. Bo, David Super Chat. Bills usually the tush push all game. Yeah, I know, but it hurts our players. Well, you don't have to call it. You know, what a hypocrite that guy is. Hey, Philly, I feel sorry for Bills fans. Screw Nick. I said Allen would throw an interception to lose the game. He's not that guy. He did. He threw it. Ryland says, what up, 500? Did you see we interviewed the guy, Jim Bob Cooter? I don't want that bum, especially when he was with Nick before, so he wouldn't be in control of the offensive corner anyway. Shake my head. He did a pretty good job in Indy, I guess. But really, the truth is Steichen run that offense in Indy. I want McDaniel. As a Giants fan, I'm rooting for the Eagles. In what way, Vamos? Bills needs a coach. Sean McDermott got to go. Well, if McDermott goes, what's his face? What is it, Joe Brady? The offensive coordinator of Buffalo becomes technically free. Go get him. He would be good. Sirianni wants someone who isn't threat to his position. That's going to be a major problem. If he goes and he gets like Kafka or Billy Bob Cooter, whatever his name is, like those guys aren't going to change the dynamic. Like they're not going to change the offense. You need somebody like with a good mind that can look at the offense and come up with things that people haven't thought of and use Hurts and the offense in different ways, man. Now you got the issue with A.J. Brown, where if A.J. Brown's requesting trades, I mean, you know, is he even going to be salvageable? The PIs at the end of the game were actually legitimate. Yeah, when people tell me that all the time, every game I watch, you get some stupid call at the end of the game that people say, well, it's a legitimate call. Oh, wow, look, Seahawks opening kickoff to 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, touchdown Seattle. Flag down. Why did the Eagles not go after this guy, Shaheed? Seriously, like, you don't need kick returner? One of the areas the Eagles got to improve. Ball, like special teams return game and starting position. Wow, what a return. What a way to start. Yeah, that's not what you wanted. And as far as the penalties go, you could call a penalty almost every play. I mean, we can find a penalty every play. But you let the guys play one way, and they're getting away with stuff, and then all of a sudden you decide to call it on the last drive. I hate that. Joel, thank you for the super chat. Sea Chicken 38, Weiner 16. Yep. Damn, the Eagles need a returner. Yeah, he does look like Squints. He does. Dude, I support it. Dude, that's what we'll call him. If the Eagles hire him, that's what we're going to call him. I mean, jeez. Yeah, they tried to trip him. 18. Wow. Eagles, baby, thank you for super chat. The only thing with McDaniel is, does anyone know what is Fangio relationship is after month? It's fine. It's fine. Everybody trying to make, I don't know who put out some report, but it's just not true. They're fine. The issues that people in Miami had with Fangio came from Jalen Ramsey and the defense. Didn't come from the head coach. And it is good. Wow, what a way to start. What a way to start. Oh, this game is over? Maybe. I gotta assume that they're gonna battle back. Oh, please. Hey, Philly 500, one Seattle, Chicago. One Seattle, Chicago, and Houston to win the remaining games. Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I want too. Seattle, Chicago, and Houston. Damn, if we had a return like that, if we had a return game like that, I'm good for a Niners loss. Me too. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. The Seahawks are going to beat the living F out of the Niners like the Eagles should have. I have no problem with that. I will enjoy it. I mean, they beat them 2 weeks ago. Now you got a flag. What's the flag? Free kick short of the landing zone. I hate that rule. Boy, I hate everything today. Game over. Can you imagine? NBA college basketball was caught gambling. The NFL college needs to be invested. Oh, I agree. Why do you want Philly's not playing? I guess go other birds, seeing how our birds offense took a dump on the. I just don't like the Niners. You know, they beat us. I don't want them to be happy. So I want them to lose. I wouldn't mind seeing Chicago win, and I wouldn't mind seeing Houston. Oh, Purdy took a shot. The ball's loose, picked up, Seattle! Touchdown! Oh, they're calling it incomplete. I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know. Boy, Purdy took a shot. That reminded me of... Ooh, that's a fumble. Oh, that's a fumble, man. Ooh, I think that's a lock. I think that's a fumble too. Review that. Challenge that. 2nd and 10, they didn't. Here's Purdy, looks, throws, Jennings, caught. Gain of a couple. Boy, I don't know, man. Laughing my ass off. Allen choked again. Intercept fumbles. Yeah. Too many in turnovers. You have 3 turnovers in the playoffs. Why didn't the Hawks challenge it? I don't know. I don't know, and and they're not even talking about it. Here. I hope Michael take. I think that was a fumble too. Conspiracy 500 did the ref screw over the Bills? In my opinion, yeah. Because they weren't calling those penalties earlier in the game, and then they began to on that last drive. First and 10, Niners, handoff McCaffrey. Going to get about 5-6 yards. I hate looking at the Niners play. It really pisses me off. No, the mother wanted out. I missed the super chat. Real Philly Dogs, thank you for super chat. Send AJ to Cleveland for or Las Vegas for Miles or Max. I hear ya. Christopher Michael, thank you for super chat. If we don't hire a legit offensive coordinator, it's a wrap for 26. I agree. You're going to have the same problems if you hire a guy that's going to do what Nick wants. Here's a handoff, nothing there by Robinson. Third down now. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about AJ Brown wanting a trade? I mean, have you ever heard of a guy that's on a Super Bowl champion that says, "Oh, I want to trade"? I've never heard of that. Third and 1. Here's a handoff. Oh, he ain't gonna get it. Stuffed. Wow. I think the way this game's going right now, Seattle's gonna bury this team. 500. I didn't think we would be looking at someone else tonight, but maybe it's good. The whole damn team needs to reflect on the season. I just don't know if we will have AJ next year. I don't either. I mean, I was all about keeping AJ, but if the guy keeps going and requesting a trade every 2 seconds, how do you make a guy like that happy, you know? 4th and 1. Purdy back to pass, going for it, looking, throws. They blow the play dead. Christian David Super Chat. Joel, these Seahawks got my sad ass smiling. I know. Bury them. Hey, Jones, are you? Oh, F these whiners. Let's get Mike McDaniel or Cliff. Bring Milt Williams back and shore up the O-line. Draft a cornerback, too. You need a cornerback, too. Well, that's the thing. AJ's like, after he won a Super Bowl, he was like talking about, well, yeah, it was great winning, but it didn't feel the way I thought I was going to feel like. I don't think he cares about winning. I think he cares about his stats. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come up with. You might have to trade Brown. Because, how are you going to make him happy? What up, A. Jones? How are you? This is Howie and Lurie coaching malpractice. I'll tell you what, if the Bills fire their coach, I would go after Joe Brady. 4th and 1, if I can't get McDaniel. They didn't get it! Turnover on downs. The Niners, what the frig? We lost to these shitholes? Damn, it pisses me off. Rather than 500, it's shitty with AJ because we know what he can do, but it's like he's worried about stats for the championships. He's still getting 1,000 yards every season, touchdown. Shake my head. I know. And the other thing that pisses me off about the whole AJ thing is Devontae Smith took less money so you would sign an extension. The Eagles have done right by AJ Brown. They traded for him, gave him his big contract. They then gave him an extension. 2 years later and more money. You know, it kind of pisses me off a little bit. What was the record week 3 talking about? You wanted to trade week 3. What was our record week 3 talking about how you wanted to trade week 3? I wanted to trade week 3. If I wanted to trade, it's probably for a corner, I would assume. I can't remember. I never wanted to trade like AJ. KSF David Super Chat. If it's inevitable, trade AJ to Detroit for Terrion Arnold and a 3rd or 4th round pick. Draft the number 1 wide receiver, especially if we get McDaniel out of his corner. Do you think Terrion Arnold's that good, though? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, he looks like he stinks. I mean, I'm not saying he stinks, but he don't look all that great. Like I think we could do better. That was a very dumb play. And thank you for the Super Chat. I think you get a new legit offensive coordinator in the building and let him talk with Brown. If he still wants out, then trade him after June so cap hit isn't as bad. Yeah, probably right. You probably have to also, you might be able to go to him and say, look, if you really want out, you got to restructure this. You got to redo this contract. That's the only way. I mean, I prefer not to trade him, but if he's going to ask for a trade every time something goes not his way, what's the point? I would not trade AJ because if Hurts are dead cap and we have to sign extensions, so they're just going to have to rotten play ball. I wanted the money we gave him just in the morning. No, I hear you. I don't have an answer. I mean, I don't want to trade him either, but man, if he's requesting multiple times trades, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, it's a cap hit. I mean, you're gonna take a huge cap hit. I don't see how the Eagles can do it. You know, but AJ, I mean, he doesn't even talk. He leaves, doesn't talk to anybody. You know, AJ's gonna have to change his attitude. You know. Seattle defense looks like $1 million. It does. God, if we came out with that kind of energy, you know, we didn't come out with looking like we didn't have that kind of energy when we came out. Here's a handoff. Walker going to get a couple. KSF David Super Chat. If it's inevitable, trade AJ Terrion. Oh, I think I read that one. Yeah. Yeah, I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, said something about, somebody said something about 1 year coordinator. Well, I think that's just the way it's going to have to be. Chris Melnick, David Super Chat. This makes me sick that we're not in anymore. San Fran, they're done. I hear you. Rogue David Super Chat, my man. He goes, Philly, I think Crosby for AJ Brown works. Is contract team friendly and Raiders need a receiver for the rookie quarterback they will draft, re-sign Dotson. I don't know. I don't know how it would work. Darnold incomplete. James, thank you for Super Chat. Hey, 500, I think that something else might be going on with AJ. He might need therapy. Something just is not right with him. Yeah, I agree. Maybe just getting away in time is what he needs. I don't know. You know. We got 856 people in here. Thank you guys so much for being here. 2nd and 10. Darnold at the 45 of San Francisco. He's going to run it again. Charbonnet, big hole. Going to get 11, 12, 13. They're taking it to the Niners. James, thank you for Super Chat. Oh, I think I read that one. Yeah. Richard, thank you for the Super Chat, my man. He goes, that Bills player should have been down by contact. The refs helped Denver. Oh, they definitely did. No question. Yo, Fiverr, I'm the only one done. Am I the only one done with AJ? No, I think it's about 50-50. I'm not done with him. I don't want to be. I just don't know if we have a choice. You know, if the guy doesn't want to play and he's not going to be good, then what's the point? 1st and 10. Here's Charbonnet. Going to get about 4 yards. Bills deserve that for keeping our boy Slay locked up. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Go after yourself. Celebrate 23 months of membership, man. Thank you so much. I tried to trade AJ to LA for offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur. I don't think they could do that. Yeah. 500. Let's go Ole Miss Luis Canario for our kicker. I'm all for it. Special teams needs a major upgrade. We need a major upgrade. 2nd and 6 at the 26. Darnold looks, throws, caught. Cooper Kupp, short of a first down by a yard. John Davis Super Chat, Philly, are we sure that AJ asked for trade? I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going on what the reports were. So, I prefer to keep him, but we'll see. I just never heard of a guy that is coming off a Super Bowl with the defending champions and then wants a trade off of a championship team. It's kind of weird. There's got to be more going on. All right, to get ready for tush push. Darnold. Trying to get him to jump. Now Darnold gets it, and they are going to get the first down. First down, Seattle. Boy, Seattle came out with energy, didn't they? Boy, if we came out with this kind of juice, we didn't this year. We did last year. Chris, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Seattle's run game is Barkley by himself. Kevin's a fraud, right? You mean tell me Hurts can't run Bo Nick's offense? Nick sucks. Put in a boom club. I agree. I think he can. I just think Nick is not that good of a coach. And now he's trying to decide who we get offensive coordinator-wise. They jumped off sides. False start, Seattle. If he refuses to stay with the new offensive coordinator, he's playing for money. Wants another big contract from another team. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, we gave him 2 contracts. I can't blame the Eagles at all. Seahawks well rested. They look well rested, but they look engaged and fired up. Birdsman, thank you for super chat. Dingo, AJ and Sydney, Nolan for Garrett, and Joker. I'll do it. If I have to get rid of them. The question we got to ask ourselves is what receivers are available to get if we do get rid of them? They said Nick. I read today that Nick is in charge of the offensive coordinator search, not Howie. That bothers me. Where is Mike McDaniel? Why is he not in here yet? Billy Bob Cooter? Kafka? I don't want Kafka. 2nd and 10. The 19. Darnold play action rolls out. Looks, throws. Caught. About a yard short of a first. I hear A.J. Brown wants to be traded. If he does get traded, the Eagles will have to draft a receiver. Yeah, but you can't just draft a receiver. You have to go out and get another veteran. You can't rely on a rookie. You've got to go out and draft somebody. You got to go out and get somebody. I don't know who's available. Who do you go after? Like Ayuk? 3rd and 1. Here's Charbonnet. Oh, he got stuffed. That's a big tackle. Pickens. Could you imagine if they got Pickens? Wow, 4th down. That's a big defensive stop right there. All right, setting up for a field goal, trying to make it 10. Yeah, did he just report that? Because I just totally read something the opposite earlier today. That Howie was helping Nick. So who knows what's going on. But I trust Howie more than I trust Nick. Yeah, the Bills lost. I'm afraid the Eagles will only get a 4th for AJ. Yeah, they're not going to get much for him. The best thing to do with AJ is give him some time to get away, get a good offensive coordinator, and then go out with the offensive coordinator and try to sell AJ on the offense. That's what I would do. There's so much talented wide receiver where? In the draft? Will Ayuk cause more drama? Yeah, I don't know, Latoya. I mean, it's a great question. I don't know if they would want him, you know? If we get the Nerd McDaniels, we're going back to... I agree. Man, I would love McDaniels. We've got to fire our special teams coach left out. We haven't had a kick return touchdown like team. Well, you know, his contract ran out, and he's actually interviewing with other teams. So we may get a new special teams guy. We need a new special teams guy. I mean, our starting position was horrible last year, and we got no return game. And yeah, I agree. AJ ruined a career for Smitty by pouting. It's true. Did you see the report that about Jalen frustration with players? That players were frustrated with him? No, I didn't see that one. I'd rather keep AJ over Pickens. I don't give a fuck if he's 1 year. Next year he's too much of a hothead. I don't disagree. I would prefer to keep AJ too, but I can't have him going every time something doesn't go his way and asking for a trade. Yo, Philly, did I hear you right? You said Nick is in charge of the offensive coordinator left in my. We got another Kevin Patul situation. I read an article today, and I'm trying to remember who it was, that said that Nick was in charge and that how he was helping him. Now, somebody said they read an article with the opposite. So who knows what's really going on. But I did read an article today saying that Nick was the guy doing he was running the ship when it was finding an offensive coordinator. No chance in hell Sirianni's picking McDaniels. Well, I don't think he will either. But that's why I think Howie's got to get involved. I think the front office would. I don't know if Nick would. Nick might feel threatened. Clark, David Superchat goes, AJ for Crosby straight up. Birdman, thank you for Super Chat. The other Ohio State wide receiver, Tate, would be a good pick. I'm not opposed to getting a receiver either way, whether you keep AJ or not. But I will say you can't just get rid of AJ and not really have somebody that can step in and play. 1st and 10 for the Niners. Purdy in a shotgun. They're down 10-0. Here's a handoff McCaffrey. And he's going to get 3 yards. 4 verticals. Not doing shit. It's over him. What the F? Remember how he brought Kellen Moore and Vic? I agree. No one was open. No. N'Kobe, we don't know. I mean, he literally doesn't know if he's coming back or not. I would say probably assume he's not. 2nd and 7 at the 30. Purdy back to pass. Looking, fires. Caught. 1st down, Niners. Fumble! Picked up by Seattle! Oh, man. You gotta, if you're Seattle, you gotta score. We lost to this shitty team? Are you kidding me? We lost to this shitty team. Pisses me off. San Fran stinks. Colin says, this is such a lie, bro. Week 3 of the Super Bowl, and we are coming. Yeah, look. I have no way of confirming whether that thing is real or not. I have no idea. I hope you're right, dude. I hope you're right. Anthony Perry, holy crap, man. Wow, thank you for the generous donation, man. Wow. Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. What up, 500? Well, more fan bases are about to be crying this weekend. Come join our misery haters. Laugh out loud. Man, Anthony, thank you for the super chat, man. That is very, very generous, man. Shout out to Anthony. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, and hopefully the Niners will be out here crying. That's who we want. We want them crying tonight. You know, they get, 6 days to gloat. Now they can go to Cancun too. We'll save them a beach chair. Thank you, Anthony, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. That's a generous donation, man. Shout out to Anthony. Rogue, thank you for super chat. Philly, if AJ is traded, Dotson is number 3. Dotson's a free agent, so I don't think he's coming back. Seeing a real team take these Niners, I know, right? That should have been us. It should have been us. Clark Davis super chat. I had a feeling AJ was selling his routes. I wish AJ would speak, you know. They would be easier to know. JH, thank you for super chat. 2 things can be true. Patullo sucked and Hurts has regressed. At a certain point, he needs to be challenged. If he isn't better this year, move on. I agree. And I think when your offensive coordinator sucks and you play the way that the Eagles do that prevent offense, you don't really give your quarterback a chance to grow. How are they trying to make Hurts better? How are they trying to keep developing Hurts? They're not. They stopped. I agree, JH. Bree says, I hate to say it, but Landon and Cam might be cooked. They might be. I don't think Landon is, but I think he was hurt all year. Jurgens, we don't know. Trivia says 549ers wanted it more than the Eagles. There's no question. Seattle came out fired up, ready to play. Dude, when have we come out and looked that fired up? Not since the Green Bay playoff game last year. Nick Davis super chat. I can't believe we lost to this pathetic team. I know. It's true. I hope Seattle scores right now. Score on these mother humpers. Darnold rolls out, looks, sacked. I think Darnold stinks, though. I got to tell you. I think Darnold stinks. Eagles are partying after the game. I think they wanted to go to Cabo. You might be right. Tour de Ville, thank you for super chat. People need to remember that AJ Devontae are close. If they get rid of AJ, Devontae might want out too. And what wide receivers will want to play in this offense that runs on 2nd and 12 and 3rd and 7? I think it's a lot harder for Devontae to leave than AJ because he's drafted. Eagles are very, they don't like letting their drafted players go. I don't think Devontae's really, I just don't think that's his personality. Darnold looks, throws, caught, close to a first down. How he needs to draft 2 offensive, I don't disagree. Would you rather the Seahawks defensive coordinator or Vic? I like Vic. I mean, I probably like the aggressiveness of Seattle a little more, but I think I read it roll. Oh, maybe I missed it. No, you're right. I did miss it. Sorry. Roll Philly Dust is 5. If AJ recovers a trade week 3, we are 3-0. Smitty was top 5 in the NFL receiving yards. Hard to win with a guy like that. Done with AJ. Yeah, well, he doesn't care about winning. To me, that's what it tells me. I don't know what's going on with AJ. To me, I feel like it's something else. It's not football related. I know I'm looking for a trade. I'm talking with my fan agent. Devontae would be a wide receiver 1. Why would we want him to leave? No one else paying 2 wide receivers that much money. I agree. I mean, the Eagles, like I said, they did right by A.J. Brown. They treated him great. Why he would want to leave is ridiculous. Darnold looks, throws. Oh, that's a penalty. Yeah, you got to call that. Now, if they would have called a penalty like that in the Buffalo-Denver game, I'd have got it. Not defending Bumtello, but the offense looked better without AJ. He gave little or no effort. Smitty deserved to be wide receiver. Yeah, well, it makes you wonder, right? I was watching some stuff with him just not even trying to really block. Sanchez says, I don't think they trade him, but maybe post-June, depending on who they draft. He hates Nick's bullshit, and he ain't wrong. He's not wrong for not liking what they do. But, man, who requests a trade after you just won a Super Bowl with a team, and you're the defending champion, you're 3-0? That's craziness. Here's a handoff to Walker. Goes for a couple. Chris Davis Super Chat. Eagles have drama every year. Damn, they emotional. And every year. Christian Davis Super Chat. H.A. shouldn't be captain. Horrible leader. Yeah, I think Devontae. I think Devontae should be a leader. I also think Jordan Davis should be a leader. We'll see. Maybe AJ just needs some time away to kind of like get his thoughts together. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's, maybe he's depressed or something. I don't know. Second and goal. Darnold play action, looks, rolls out, stops, looks, throws. Caught, touchdown, Jackson Smith. Wow, they're burying the Niners. This is like a disaster start for the Niners, man. Holy crap. What a disaster start for the Niners. Anthony Perry, man, thank you for Super Chat. Josh Allen was awful today. 4 turnovers is crazy work in the divisional, but watch. You won't hear about it after. Oh, no, it'll be everybody else's fault, right? Won't be Josh Allen's fault. It'll be everybody else's fault. But yeah, you can't turn the ball over like that in the playoffs. It's crazy. He had his chance. No Mahomes, no Lamar, and he blew it. Bang, bang, win again. Come on, Seattle. First blow-up game in the playoffs, I'm loving it. Yeah, I love it more. You could put 70, win 70-something to 3, They're just beating the crap out of the Niners, dude. But I look at it like Seattle had a good defense. The Eagles had a good defense. Like, we didn't come out and play like this. Like, where was the energy for us? We had no juice. Dawkins, thank you for Super Chat. Use Cooper in AJ's spot. Has better, similar skills. It's too early. I like Darius Cooper, but it's too early to put him on AJ's level, He's got to prove it. I think what you want from Darius Cooper is you want him to, like, win that 3rd spot this year and then continue to develop. It was a simple winner into wide open one spot, and if Hurts throws on time, the backer does not have time to drop good enough to do it. Goddard was open behind the backer. I don't remember what. Are you talking about the last play? Hurts has to throw that really early. As solid as our defense scheme was in the game versus San Francisco, I feel like our roster really underperformed. D-line, linebacker, safeties. I felt like Carter and Davis played pretty good. I felt like the edge rushers were non-existent. Where was Jalen Phillips? Where was Nolan Smith? Where was Jalen Hunt? We didn't see any of those guys versus the Niners at all. It looked like he was down to me. But, I'd have to watch it again. But I thought he was. Why the F are we Jim Bob Cooter? They're going to say because of his work with the Colts. But really, that's Steichen. Nick guy. He's a Nick guy. He's friends with Nick. I really think if Nick's controlling the search, he's going to find a guy that's going to just do what Patullo did. And he's going to continue to control the offense, and it's going to continue to be the same crap. Eddie Davis Super Chat. I'm a Cowboys fan, but respect you and your channel. My cousin Mark says you're a good dude. Oh, and enjoy the guys on the dance. Hey, Eddie, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And say what's up to your cousin Mark. But thank you, man. Appreciate that. The report is that Eagles will interview McDaniels in the near future. In near future will be who will be with the Lions offensive court. From what I read, if he's going to be offensive coordinator, there are two teams that he's really interested in: the Eagles and the Lions. But he's also interviewing for head coaching jobs too. So we got to wait and see. Am I glad we're not playing? No, I'd rather play in Seattle. I don't think we play Seattle this bad. I think Seattle's just, they own San Francisco the last two games. Maybe they're in the Niners' head, 17-0. Niners have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 35. They need a drive right now. Purdy back to pass, going to run a screen to McCaffrey. McCaffrey going to get about 11, 12 yards. Christian, thank you for the super chat. What pissed me off is that Jalen Hunt had more snaps dropping the coverage than off the edge. Send Vic to retirement home. Seattle bastard. He loves those edge rushers that drop back. I know. It's crazy. Carlos, thank you for super chat. 500, the reason the defense gets pressure because the Niners had 0 offensive penalties. That's why there's no way O-line goes to a game with 0. I know, it was crazy, right? 2 flags the whole game. Ridiculous. Here's Purdy. Handoff McCaffrey. Goes for a yard. Crazy. Phil, I'm Cowboy. I don't fuss on your team. You've been to the Super Bowls. Tell the Eagles to stop the whining. Stop whining. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm a whiner right now, so I can't tell anybody to do anything. I'm not letting our defense off the hook for last week's game at home, nonetheless. You don't see Seattle giving up big plays to deplete Niners team. Oh, I agree. I mean, they came out, they gave big plays up. Here's Purdy, looks, throws, McCaffrey caught up at the 49. That's gonna be the end of the first quarter, man. This is a quarter dominated by the Seahawks. Holy crap. Every game has been close. This is going to be a blowout. Anthony, thank you for Super Chat. 500, I heard McDaniel has 3 main teams. Lions, Eagles, and Bucks that he'd take if he can't get a coaching position. Yeah, I believe it. I would hate him. I would hate to see him with the Lions. Love to see him with... I hope we get him. That's who I want. I think he would be perfect. Oops. All right, second quarter. I think the Niners have to get points right now. Clark, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I'm most pissed about that Week 18 decision. I know, that's such a stupid decision. He acts like, oh, we're so great, we don't need to win and be the 2nd seed. What a dumb thing to do, man. It didn't help at all. It didn't help at all. I agree, Clark. Tortyville, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, 500. Nick said early in the conference that the Eagles don't have to do things other teams do on offense. Showed same stubborn mindset, won him out. I know, he's an idiot. I'm sorry. He's just, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. Danielson, thank you for the Super Chat. We lost to these bums. Yeah, we should have killed the Niners, dude. The Niners aren't that good. But that's the thing with the Eagles, right? It's like, it didn't matter who we were playing. When we're not playing well, we're not moving, but we're not doing things. It don't matter who we're playing. We're going to stink. It's just crazy. I've never seen a team where literally from week 1 throughout the whole year you're waiting for the offense to get going, and it just never does. So frustrating. Yeah, 49ers are already going to Cancun. Yeah, oh God, yeah. Talking about you see that talking about Q? It's like the 49ers can never just win and shut up. We would have lost to Green Bay and been the second seed to lose on the 7th. Cowboys can have that themselves. See, I think we would beat Green Bay, but who knows? It really, at this point, who knows? You might be right. It's crazy to me. Yeah, where's the Niner fan Ned? You won't see that bum till next season. Yeah, you have to wait like a month after. Like maybe by the Super Bowl he'll be back around. All right, to me, Niners got to get something going. All right, 3rd and 5 at the 49. Purdy in the shotgun. Is this 2-down territory? Purdy calls for it. Back to pass. Looking. Getting pressure, getting flushed. They're going to get him from behind. Throws it up. Oh, how did he? Lucky son of a bitch. He just threw that up. Lucky mother humper. They weren't beating anyone with that offense. That's true. Daniel Son, thank you for Super Chat. Worst Eagles offense I've seen in 30 years. You're right. Yeah, I can't think of a worse offense either, man. Just outclassed, outshined every way. The only game we had to see was 31 win versus the Raiders. Yeah, I thought we did offensively. We did okay versus the Vikings, but yeah, that was it. Giants won't be anybody with John Harbaugh. Ravens had way more talent. Still notice. Yeah, I mean it's going to take a lot more than just hiring Harbaugh. Knows our division was all 50-50 wins. Yeah, it's hard to say that last Washington game. You can really count that one, but yeah, you know. We look like shit against the Giants. We blew a 21-0 lead versus Dallas. So I don't know what we were thinking. 2nd and 8 at the 38. Purdy gonna dump it off McCaffrey. That's all they got, dude. That's all they got. Dump it off McCaffrey, and he'll get about 7-8 yards on with his legs. What up, Fiver? How are you, man? I'm doing good, my man. How are you? I thought it was too, man. So how's offensive court search coming along? Who's your money on? I don't know who's going to get it, but I can tell you I want Mike McDaniel. That's who I've been pushing for him since halfway through the year. All right, 1st and 10, 49ers. Niners going to use a timeout. Niners need points here. They need points big time. What's Shanahan yelling about? It was weird. I mean, I think the Patriots are going to win, but I'm rooting for Texans. If Stroud doesn't turn the ball over, that defense will keep them in it. But I think New England wins that game. But it's an interesting game. I'm rooting for Texans, though. I'll tell you that right now. It is not at all a coincidence that the only game all year, energy vibes on the sideline were great, along with the offensive production in the second Giants game. That one game, AJ didn't dress due to injury. That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. How much was he bringing them down? I don't know. Hurts got to run. I mean, not using your legs, it's ridiculous. 1st and 10 at the 29 of Seattle. Purdy back to pass, looking. Look at the hold. Throws incomplete. Go Seahawks, right? I think May's a beast. Patriots, Seattle, Super Bowl. So you live streaming the Indiana? Nah, I don't think I am. Not as of right now, I'm not. I know people have requested. I mean, maybe it's something to keep in mind. I mean, we'll see. Second and 10. Purdy. Back to pass. Looking. Gonna throw it away. Hold that, Josh. Oh, you know what it'll be. Oh, they got no defense. Allen's got no help. They got no defense. That's what we'll hear. Who would upset you as the offensive coordinator? I think a guy like Kafka, a guy like that would kind of upset me. Somebody that doesn't have a lot of success as offensive coordinator. Like I think we need a veteran guy who's proven himself. And I don't think Kafka, although I don't think he's the worst, I just don't think he's what we need. Green Wings, thank you for Super Chat. If San Francisco takes an L after this game, maybe you go after Kyle Shanahan if he decides to move on from him. Go after the master instead of the protege in McDaniels. Also has a great relationship with Fangio. Yeah, I mean, are they thinking about firing Shanahan? Because I would assume that if they fire Shanahan, I would assume he gets a head coaching job immediately. Especially a place like Atlanta. I don't think Shanahan would be on the market long. I enjoy these changing of the guard seasons. Denver very good. Patriots look to be also. Yeah, it is nice to see new teams in it. Do you think we sign out offensive coordinator? No, I think it's going to go on for a while. I mean, we don't even know when McDaniels is coming to Philly. We just don't know when, right? So he's coming. I'm pretty sure they want to speak to DeBall. So we'll see. Can we talk O-line? Well, O-line to me is really where I think in the draft I'm going to kind of go heavy. Like I think you've got to like restock your offensive lineman. I think you need another right guard. I think you need a stud right guard. I think you need to get a guy who could possibly play center in case Juergens can't. And I would continue to develop Lampkin, and then right tackle. I just don't know when a right tackle is going to be available, but that's got to be in your mind too. Love you, bro, but I'm out till next year. Can't stand the bullshit anymore. I know sports and keeps isn't working. Eagles have personnel, but no direction. What the F is going on, coaches? F you, Eagles. I hear you. I understand the frustration, believe me. Shanahan is a choker. That is true. But I think like the ball more than McDaniels because I don't think the players, especially Jalen, don't vibe with goofy coaches. Listen, you listen to McDaniels talk about offense, and you listen to talk about constructing an offense based around the players. To me, he's definitely the guy you need. I don't care how goofy he looks at all. As far as Dable goes, to me, he had Josh Allen, tons of turnovers. He goes to the Giants. He can't develop Daniel Jones at all. And, I think the Bulls kind of overrated, to be quite honest. I would much rather have McDaniel. Why not move Juergens right guard? Yeah, I'm not opposed to that, Bison. I don't think that's a bad idea. Okay, so AJ requested a trade twice during the season. Do we have pretty much let him go? I think it's 50-50. Like, you have to figure out why And, like, does that change with the coordinator, But the one thing we don't need is every 2 weeks when AJ's upset, they request a trade, So it may have to happen. But how are you going to afford it? Phil, you into be streaming the draft together wearing the macro? Yeah, I mean, I expect to, Born. I would assume. Red Muffin Game, thank you for Super Chat. What do you think about signing Phillips, trading to get back-to-back, and drafting Sadiq from Oregon? I'm not opposed to any of it. I think Becton may be walking and a free agent. Here's a handoff. Chardonnay going to go for a couple. As far as Phillips goes, if he's over $30 million, I'm not signing him. Chris, thank you for Super Chat. Do you think that benefits us going to Pro Bowl and getting into players' heads about coming to Philly next year, like Smith? Yeah, I don't think it hurts. I don't even know. Like, I haven't even looked at I don't even know who's free agent this all season. But yeah, I don't think it hurts. 2nd and 8. Darnold looks, going to run a screen to Walker. Walker makes a move. It's going to get a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and 2. Niners need to play defense. They're trying to get themselves back in this game. I say this: if the Niners can just withstand the onslaught early, they might crawl their way back in. You agree? I'm not paying Phil. I mean, if it's a decent price, I'm not paying him $30 million. He was a no-show in the playoffs. 3rd and 2. Darnold back to pass. Looks, throws deep. Oh, overthrown. Nothing there. 4th down. Are you gonna go for it, or are you gonna punt it? You pay Phillips for 15 a year. I mean, somewhere in the 20s is fine, but I'm not giving him like $30 million. D Dawkins, thank you for Super Chat. You think Lane Johnson's going to retire? I don't. I don't know. I have no way of knowing, but I don't think so. I don't think Lane wants to go out like the way he went out. I think he wants to play one more year. I don't think he wants to go out this way. Here's the punt. Oh, nice kick. Goes out at the 4. That's a nice punt. Damn. I'll tell you what, Seattle's special teams is way up here. Our special teams is way down here. I mean, look at the field position they play with. They got a punter that can pin you back. They got a returner that's always dangerous. It's like the opposite of us. More crossover routes, more drag routes. McDaniels will bring that to the table, unlike bum-ass Nick and company. And his run game is off the charts. Yeah, I think the one thing people aren't talking about with McDaniel is I think Barkley rebounds. His run games work well. And I think Barkley will benefit that. Damn, if we could just get McDaniel. I know it's probably 1 year, but I'm willing, dude. I'm willing. Bo Nix is out for the rest of the playoffs. For what? What? They said Bo Nix broke his bone in his ankle? Get out of town. Are you kidding me? Wow. So he played on a broken ankle? You got to give him props for that. Wow. So Bo Nix out. Who's the backup quarterback in Denver? They're screwed. Wow. That's crazy. Bo Nix broke his ankle. Out for the rest of the playoffs. Jeez. Wow. Wow is right. That team's either going to come together and go on a run, or they're going to completely collapse. Who's the backup? Skin, I don't even know who the hell that is. Damn. Wow, but he played that whole game with a broken ankle. I mean, got to give him credit, man. Texans go if the Texans cannot turn the ball over like last week, they got a shot because that defense is nasty. Put some screws in it, get it back out. Wow, Bo Nix. Wow, that's crazy. They're lying. He did not break his ankle. Why would even people joke about it? I don't get it. Yeah, respect to Bo Nix if it happened, but why would people even joke about that? I don't get it. Well, what's the point? Charles the Diver Super Chat. Bo is not out for a season. Well, I don't understand the joke. Like, why would people say it if it's not true? I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying I don't understand why people do that. You have ocean property that you want to sell me in Arizona. Who are you, Lex Luthor? What are you, Lex Luthor, buying up all this crappy real estate because you're gonna sink the West Coast? I'm not saying anything about Bo Nix anymore because I don't know what's true. 2nd and 3. McCaffrey gonna get a first down. I don't know what to think. I have no idea what to think about it. It is true. It is false. Man, you guys trying to confuse me? All right, 1st and 10. Niners at the 15. Can they get back in this game? Purdy, back to pass, looking, stops, rolls, stops, moves, throws back the other way, first down. He keeps throwing back across the other side. It's crazy. I know. Well, it's not my fault. I don't usually look at Twitter while I'm on here. Fireman, do you think legit offensive coordinators candidates do you want to interview with us because I like Department and Nick? So Eagles have to settle for lesser candidates. I don't know. If you listen to Howie, that didn't sound like that was going to be the case, but it could be. I think the more likely scenario is that Nick wants some say in the offense, and that affects the candidates that you can get. A bite of light David Super Chat. Imagine the Couch Boys watching the Texans win the Super Bowl. That would be hilarious. It would be kind of funny. Here's a handoff McCaffrey. He's going to get 2. King favorite Super Chat. Yes, Philly, Bo is out for the season. I believe you. Wow, okay. That's a crazy loss, man. That's crazy. I guarantee whoever they bring in has coached with Nick before. I hope not. Jarrett Stidham is the Broncos quarterback next week. Wow, talk about getting thrown in the fire. Biggest game of your life next week. 2nd and 8 at the 49. Purdy, back to pass. Looking. Throws McCaffrey out of the backfield. Well, I don't understand why defenses just don't cover McCaffrey. Like, just put somebody on him. You know that's all they can throw to. Jimmy Bob, thank you for the Super Chat, my man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. That's crazy. That's a crazy loss. Man, Bo Nix played on a broken ankle. You got to give him credit. Jeez. 1st and 10. Niners driving. Niners trying to make this a game now. They're at the 42 of the Seahawks. They're slowly gripping momentum. Timeout Niners. Niners don't seem to care about timeouts. Focus too much on Christian McCaffrey and you get smoked. Yeah. Broncos getting ready to call Phillip Rivers. Now, he's under contract, unfortunately. Maybe they get Randall Cunningham out of retirement. That's crazy. Maybe they get Drew Brees. Hurts is way better than Purdy. Purdy's got better coaches, though. Yeah, here you go. ESPN News just sent me this. Broncos quarterback Bo Nix suffered season-ending broken bone in win versus Bills. It's over for him. He's gone. This is ESPN. Adam Schefter. Broncos quarterback suffered a season-ending broken bone in his ankle during today's overtime victory versus Buffalo. Yeah, he's gone. That's crazy. What a horrible loss that is. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. DC for life, man. Thank you for the super chat. He got injured at the second to last play of overtime. Wow. Ian Rappaport just tweeted out, wow, that's crazy. That's a big loss, DC for life. Big loss. Jimmy Bob, thank you for the super chat, my man. Didn't say anything, but thank you. DC for life, thank you for the super chat. I missed this. Oh, I just read it. My bad. I didn't mean to miss it. I did go back and read it, though. I think we're good. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know anything about the backup quarterback for Denver, so that's a hell of a time to have to play, though. You gotta be, if you're like New England, you gotta be licking your lips. Texas, you gotta be thinking, wow. Oliver says, Philly 500 Eagles need to hurry up and pick an offensive coordinator so the Eagle fans can judge if we're going to do anything this season. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they've only spent 2 days interviewing guys. So I think we're going to see about another week go by. They just signed Bobby Boucher. Jeez. 1st and 10 Niners. Here's a little flea flicker again. Back to Purdy. Purdy going to dump it over to Jennings on a screen. Or Robinson, rather. And he's going to get a yard. Nothing there. That got sniffed out by Seattle. Seattle sniffed that out. We bid on that shit. Fabio, thank you for the super chat. You see the tight end from Oregon Ducks? No, I've only seen a little bit of him. No, we have not interviewed Mike yet. He's got a loaded schedule. He's also doing head coaching job interviews. So I'm sure next week we will. But the reports are that the Lions and the Eagles and Bucks are the teams that he's interested in if he's going to be an offensive coordinator. Hey, Phil, what team won a Super Bowl with a backup? The Eagles. The Eagles won a Super Bowl with a backup. The Giants won a Super Bowl with a backup. I'm trying to think who else. Those are the two that come to mind. Yeah, Niners have no more bang bang. But look, the Niners, I'll say this about the Niners. They're digging their way back in this game. They've got a 3rd and 6 at the 38 of Seattle. Here's Purdy, back to pass. Looking, got time, throws. Is it caught? Pearson, yes. 1st down. They're hanging around San Francisco. They score a touchdown. This is a new game. Pearsall's saying he caught it. Oh, they're saying incomplete. So that's incomplete. If Mike McDaniel gets to be a head coach for Lamar Jackson, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, I didn't think of that. Jeez. Rogue, thank you for the super chat. Breaking news. Bo Nix season-ending injury. We have to hope Houston wins. I don't want to see the Patriots, Texans, Bears Super Bowl. My prediction. Texans, Bears Super Bowl. That's not bad. Jared Stim, Auburn University. What year is he? Is he a rookie? I don't know anything about him. All right, Niners are going to have to settle for a field goal. All right, 56-yard attempt by the Niners to climb back in this game. Kick is up and is right down the middle. Niners are digging their way back in this game. I mean, really, what has Seattle's offense done? They had one drive, right? Look out for a pray God, give glory. Amen. It's all about the team. Yes, sir. We got a game here, that's for sure. Niners are digging their way back in this game. He was drafted 2019 to replace Brady. Good luck with that. Well, it'll be interesting to see what he does. It's going to be, that's crazy. That's crazy for Buffalo, for Denver. I'd be playing if I was Knicks. How broke could it be? I don't know. Probably hanging off the bone. I'm picking Patriots and Seahawks in the Super Bowl. I'm really curious to see what the Texans are going to look like tomorrow. Because I think they got the defense to beat anybody. I just don't know if that offense cannot make mistakes. I'm rooting for the Texans to win it all. Cowgirl fans would just love that. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Texans too at this point. We used to have a kicker like that. Father David Super Chat. Daniels as offensive coordinator wouldn't work with our O-line in motion. Why wouldn't it? The one thing I learned about Daniels is that everybody thinks he's tied to one system, but you can watch stuff where he talks about changing and having the ability to adjust to the players on your offense and build an offense according to that. So I don't think he's just one system, that's it. He's telling you and he's showing you, he's talking about being able to do multiple different things. To me, that's appealing. That's what you need. You know, sure, he may have an offense he likes to run and he builds it around, the players he gets eventually. But in the meantime, he has no issue with putting together an offense to fit what you do. I like that. If you imagine the Broncos sign Brady and he plays the Patriots, get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Nah, I don't think they could because Brady's a part-time owner of isn't he a partial owner of the Raiders? He can't sign on another team. What if we had the ball? A lot of people love the ball. I'm not so sold on him, but we'll see. I think the Eagles need somebody creative that can utilize the skill set of this team in different ways. So a lot of people have the ball really high on the list. If it is, it is, but besides Dan Marino, who is the best quarterback never to get a ring? I mean, I think about Warren Moon. I think about Jim Kelly. Who else? I mean, there are definitely guys out there. Those are the guys that come to mind. But I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Here's a handoff Walker. Randall, yeah. The ball should have. I thought they did bring him in as consultant. Breeze won a Super Bowl. Breeze won one. Kurt Warner won one. Kurt Warner won. Breeze won. Yeah, Randall wasn't one. Frank Tarkin. Yeah, Frank Tarkin. I never watched him play. Second and 7. Here's Randolph Walker. Breaks a tackle. Ooh. Going to get hit. Short of a first. 3rd and 1 for Seattle. Their offense needs to do something. Both Mannings won. Phillip Rivers never won. Phil Rivers never sniffed one. Yeah, Bo Nix out for a year. Well, Dan Marino is probably the greatest quarterback to never win. Third and 1. Here's a handoff, Charbonnet, and he's going to get tackled short. 4th down flag. What's the flag? Are they call flag on the Niners? Yep, going to be on the Niners. Who's your Fangio guy who won't leave? Who won't leave? Probably. Well, I mean, you could say Frank Reich, but I don't know if Frank Reich's as successful as I guess Frank Reich. But the Eagles made it clear. Howie made it clear they don't care about the 1-year thing. They're not going to worry about that. They're going to get the best guy, and if he's going in a year, so be it. Yeah, I hate the Niners too. Charbonnet's down. They call that a penalty. They don't call shit last week. Dan Fouts is another one. Never won. Yeah, Dan Fouts is another one. Jim Kelly went to 4 and lost them all. I think Warren Moon was one of the best pure passers I ever seen. He couldn't sniff a Super Bowl. That pass rusher is elite, and May's going to have to make big decisions. Yeah, it's an interesting game, that Texans game. I think if the Texans offensively can cut down on the turnovers, I think they got a chance. If our Denver backup has 59.1% career completion percent, it's over for the Bronco fans. Yeah, I mean, I don't know nothing about them, It's interesting. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how that team rallies, I assume that they're going to be trying to run the ball. Fabio Davis from chat. Is there any college offensive coaches with great schemes? I mean, there's some offensive coaches out there in college that are good, but I don't think the Eagles can afford to take a chance on an offensive coach from college. I think the Eagles have to get themselves an established NFL coordinator. Like, you need somebody established with success in previous seasons in the NFL. I think hiring a guy or even interviewing a college guy is a waste of time. Ishmael Davis super chat, my man. He goes, I feel like Raheem Morris would be a good offensive coordinator, like his run, fam, and his offensive line development. He did have Bajan. What do you think, Philly? I don't know. I don't know enough about him. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about him to know. He wouldn't be. I mean, honestly, he's not on my top list. He's a defensive coach, isn't he? Well, he was a defensive coach, offensive coach. He was a defensive coordinator. I don't know. I don't know what coordinator he has. Oh, there's a big play. So let's see. He was a defensive assistant in Tampa, defensive quality. Then he was Kansas State defensive coordinator, Tampa defensive back coach. Then he was the Buccaneers head coach, Washington defensive back coach. He's not. Then he was assistant head coach and defensive pass game coordinator. And then he was assistant head coach and wide receiver coach, head coach, wide receiver coach, offensive game coordinator. Damn, one thing I'll say about him is he's got experience on both sides of the ball. He's got a great resume, but I don't know that he would make a great offensive coordinator. But he's been both defensive and offensive coaches in that league. That's pretty interesting. He won Super Bowl with the Rams. Did you see the Rams being able to handle Chicago weather? It's going to be absolutely freezing. It's going to be tough. But I will say that Stafford's played enough. I think Stafford's played in enough cold games when he was in Detroit. So we'll see. Julian, thank you for the super chat. Hi, how are you? Hertz or Allen? Also, do you like WWE? I haven't watched WWE in, probably 25 years. I'm a Hertz guy. Yo, Philly Josh, a.k.a. Josh Allen, a.k.a. Superman, is 0-7 overtime losses now. He had 3 turnovers in the game, and Sean McCoy is going to judge him. I'm sure. But McCoy will make excuses for him. Now, if we give Brady credit for winning with good defenses, damn right I'm giving the Black quarterback Hurts the same credit for his... How can anybody not give Hurts credit for that Super Bowl? Hurts literally was the best player on the field in both Super Bowl games that he played in. Rogue, thank you for super chat. Hey, Philly, if you're Denver, would you go after Peyton Manning, Rivers, or Breeze because their backup's not great? I don't know who else is available. I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of, at this point, you got a game in a week. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you're going to get one of those guys in and think that they can play in the NFC Championship game. Now, Raheem was remorseful defensive coach and then a head coach. Well, looking at his resume, he was also a wide receivers coach and offensive pass game coordinator. He was also, he did have experience on the offensive side of the ball, but he was never an offensive coordinator. He was a defensive coordinator. So I would probably stay away. I need an established guy. Mahogam, David Superchat, trade AJ Brown to the Browns for a second and a third. I don't think you would get that much, to be honest with you. I don't think the Eagles could get that much. All right, you got a 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks at the 36. If they get a touchdown here, it'd be huge. Darnold looks, throws, incomplete. Trade Nick for Max Crosby. John Elway won 2 Super Bowls. Oh, you're talking about to come in and replace? Yeah, might as well talk about replacing. No, you're not gonna get the value. Beck has 1 more year on his contract. Trade AJ Brown pick. From what I hear, there's a good chance Becton's going to get cut. They're trying to get an offensive coordinator as well. Here's Darnold, looks, throws. Oh, man, he had a guy wide open. The Shaheed is a damn good player. I know. Why did the Eagles go after him? Did they not need that? Mar Hookem, go Birds. Favor Super Chat. AJ asked for a trade after the Vikings game. Yeah, I heard after week 3. But, you know, it's going to cost you a bunch in dead cap hit. I just, you know, it has to work out for the Eagles. Otherwise, he stays. He's going to have to grow up and get over it. 3rd and 10. Darnold looks, throws a slant, caught. First down at the 20. If they score a touchdown here, believing false narratives of A.J. Brown as well. Do people believe in it? I'm not saying I believe it. I have no idea one way or the other. But in case it is true, I give my opinion. Swift and West of David Super Chat. Allen had 50 brotherly shows. I know. It's crazy, right? Here's a handoff. Walker right up the middle to the 10. I'm not believing the rumor for Bleeding Green Nation. Yeah, I totally get it. I have no idea if it's true or not. I wish AJ would talk. It would help clear a lot of things up. Second and 1. Handoff Walker. First down. If I did New England offer a 2nd round pick for AJ Tripp, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was true or not. I have no idea. Remember, everybody costs more at the trade deadline too. You know, everything costs more at the trade deadline. The thing that you want to do is you want to get a good enough coordinator in, and you want AJ to buy in it so you can keep him. That's what we want to do. That's got to be the goal as far as I'm concerned. I just don't see how it makes us better getting rid of him. Yeah, we can you believe we lost this crappy team? Stefanski to the Falcons? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. All right, 36 seconds left at the 7-yard line. Seattle has 1 timeout left. Here's a handoff, Walker. Walker cuts the other way. Touchdown. They are kicking this team's ass. I feel like that should be us. This is what we should have done to the Niners, dude. This game's over already. The media just wants AJ to be traded. I don't believe anything they say, no, I get it. I totally get it. That's why I wish AJ would speak, because if he spoke, they could clear everything up in a second. Kick is up and good. 24-6. They are kicking this team's ass. I'm gonna say this again. AJ is a distraction. We can still win without his ass. We gotta get a coordinator first. That's the first thing, Mike McDaniel was spying in Pittsburgh, Philly. A connecting flight. Mr. Coach, David Super Chat. McDaniels won't come here. Too many head coaches and options. Well, you got to see if he gets hired. I mean, obviously, if he gets hired, then yeah. But there's no guarantees he's going to get hired. as a head coach. 4133, thank you for Super Chat. Don't trade AJ either. But if we do, I like AJ to the Colts for Tyler Warren. I want Becton back at left guard, Landon at center, and guard from Penn State and McDaniels to run the show. I don't think the Colts would give you Tyler Warren for him, though. I don't think there's any chance that you could get Warren for AJ Brown. I think you're talking about 4th round pick, 5th round pick, somewhere in there. I don't think you're going to get a young kid like Warren. Another decimated with Eagles kick their ass. You tell shit like, what the frig are you talking about? And you tell shit like a liberal. I don't even have a response for you, dude. If you think I ain't even gonna get into it with you. If you don't like me, dude, just fucking leave. How about that? I don't fucking care. Just leave. Marhookum, go Birds, thank you for Super Chat. Draft the Ohio State wide receiver and move his ass to the Raiders. Yeah, well, the kid you're wanting is not coming out, right? For another year. Purdy, back to pass, looks, throws. $500. I absolutely hear fans saying to trade AJ. Who's our replacement then? Do we realize people how hard it is to find a receiver like AJ? Absolutely. No, I get it. I get it. Oh, you weren't talking to me, Steven? Okay, I apologize. Then. I thought you were talking to me. It's like, oh, God. All right, my bad. I retract my comments. Purdy goes and scrambles for first down. 500, I love Vic, but the 49ers game was bad. No pass rush, not being ready for McCaffrey and his wars. Yeah, I know. The defense wasn't all that great either. I mean, the big plays, they couldn't stop anything over the middle. It's true. The defense wasn't good either. I just don't. You look how Seattle came out with the energy they came out with, ready to play. Dude, we didn't look like that. My DirecTV just froze. That's weird. Yeah, AJ did drop 4 passes. He wasn't good either. I love you too. McCaffrey hurt on the sideline. They're rubbing his shoulder, it looks like. 1st and 10 with 13 seconds left. Seahawks call timeout. Stefanski to the Falcons. Interesting. Man, he got a head coaching job, but he didn't do shit in Cleveland. I'm not saying he's not a good offensive coordinator stuff, but man, I mean, how long was he the coach in Cleveland? They didn't do shit. What do you think? What do you think? No more dual threat hurts future with the Eagles. He doesn't want to run no more. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that he doesn't want to run, because when he gets interviewed, he says that's not true. He says he does want to run. They don't want him to. So I don't know what to make of it. There's Purdy. 1st and 10. Looks, throws. Intercepted. Out of bounds, though. Caught out of bounds. Wow. D-Tom Davis Super Chat, my man. He goes, either Jeff Stoutland has to go, or we need a new starting line. I think it's a combo toss. Both Jalen has never had the protection of a Stafford. Well, he was the run game coordinator, too, last year. So, I don't know. Should he just go back to being a line guy? Cali Eagles, thank you for Super Chat. Seattle showing us how bad we were this year, and it hurts. It does. To me, it shows me how hungry they are compared to us. We didn't look this hungry all year. Nobody rushing Purdy going to throw a Hail Mary. Oh my God, he had it. Oh, I thought he had it. Rocky David Super Chat. Falcons hiring Stefanski. That's interesting. Oh, you got to catch that. Wow. Like I said with Stefanski, I know he's a good coach. I know he's a good offensive coordinator, but how does he get a head coaching job being in Cleveland? They must not hold it against you if you're a coach in Cleveland. Like, you're screwed. You're in Cleveland. You're screwed. Yeah, I think they got a second-year starter. No, he'll be a third year next year. Yeah, rest in peace, Broncos. Told y'all, Seahawks is a very serious threat. Well, they're at home. They're at home, and they've already beaten the crap out of the Niners. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. He has way better weapons than in Cleveland. Oh yeah. More hook'em go birds. Thank you for super chat. Need to replace Reed. 2. Guy can't cover. Looks lost. Yeah, I don't know if Reed's going to be back. I highly doubt he'll be back. And I mean, maybe if he's real cheap. But yeah, there's going to be changes. That's for sure. So Niners get the ball to start the second half. He's getting a head coaching job at Cleveland because he made Cleveland somewhat good and relevant compared to all the years before. Yeah, I guess so. Going to Cleveland should come with free therapy sessions. Yeah. Eagles were complacent all year. We were a little complacent, a little arrogant, you know. We don't need the second seed. Nah, we'll just rest. Third seed, who cares? Doesn't matter. We're the Eagles. We're great. We don't care. I mean, shit like that. Michael Davis Super Chat. We need patience with Cam. I had back surgery in 2016 and still have problems. Yeah, well, I mean, I think you got to give him this all season and in the next year, but who knows how he's going to be, you know? That's the one thing. Hey, Philly, I feel like A.J. Brown's going to wait till after the offensive coordinator is hired to either make a remark that he's staying or he's going to want to trade it. It depends who we get and who's in control of the offense. Yeah, I'm sure it definitely matters. I would assume it does. Yes, Stefanski going to Atlanta. Interesting. I'm watching all these quarterbacks scrambling all over. Jalen's got to run more next year. Oh, I agree. Lucky we stole that center from the Rams, who's really good. I don't care. Was it Lampkin? I mean, we'll see what he is. I have no idea. He'll be an interesting guy to watch the development this year. I think the development of Darius Cooper is going to be really interesting to watch too. So, I mean, we'll see. 500. Howie already said he's not trading AJ. I don't care if he didn't outright say it. Howie isn't it like the fans. No, he's not going to just trade him. No, I mean, I hope not. The question is, can we get AJ in the right mindset? That, to me, that's the question. Can you get AJ in the right mindset? Eagles drink great and piss out excellence. I like that. Oh yeah, Cowboys suck. Niners are hanging around. Well, maybe not. It's 24-6. The Niners got, in my opinion, to score on this drive. Like, they got to get back in this game. They've got to go down to halftime and score on this drive. Niners are getting their ass kicked. How the freak do we lose to this shit old team? It pisses me off. Every year Nick had control of the offense was collapsed. True. Thoughts on Parker going back to Dallas for a second interview in an in-person interview? Dallas would be lucky to get Christian Parker. He would be a great hire for them. I think he's a young, great coach in this league. A guy who's destined to be a coordinator, maybe even a head coach someday. He's good. He's been a corner coach for a while. He is going to be a good coach. If I were the Eagles, I would have tried to keep him. I would have told him that he's going to replace Fangio when the time comes and pay him more money. So hopefully Dallas doesn't hire him, but what are you going to do? And if he goes to Dallas, then he stinks. I hate him. However, after the offensive coordinator goes down, we got 3 ultra important moves on defense. Can we get anything for Dean? No, you can't get anything for Dean. He's a free agent. Reed deal. And what do we do with Campbell? Your thoughts? Campbell's just got to continue to develop. He's going to play linebacker. I don't think he's an edge rusher. I think he's an off-the-ball linebacker. And, if you can sign Dean, sign him. But I think you're going to lose Dean. Anthony Perry, thank you for the super chat. Rams may lose tomorrow night. Chicago wind chill 0 degrees. Game time 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. I don't know if them Cali boys are ready for that. Stafford can't throw. I think Chicago's going to win tomorrow, personally. I think they're going to win because they can run the ball. And I think it'll be a close game. It'll probably come down to the end. And, I think Chicago wins. Phil, you and Joe be streaming the draft together, weren't? Yeah, should be. Should be. That's my plan. Dak Prescott sucks at $560 million quarterback for nothing. He stinks. Oh, Josh Allen's crying. Wow, Josh Allen's crying. Josh Allen's crying because he knew he blew a perfect chance. He blew a perfect chance to go. Oh, they're showing about Bo Nix. Oh. Fractured his ankle. Wow, he's done. Wow, so Bo Nix got surgery on Tuesday. He's done. That's crazy. Yeah, we mentioned it. We mentioned it. $500. Send AJ in a third to the Raiders for Crosby. They might do it. They will get a good quarterback with the pick. You're not going to. I think really, in all honesty, I think it would cost you more than that to get Crosby. I don't think that's enough. I don't even know if the Raiders would want A.J. Brown. Like a team like the Raiders who got to rebuild, do you really want a guy A.J. Brown's age, or do you want young guys and draft picks? I don't see if you trade it. Now here's the thing. If you trade A.J. Brown, the teams that are going to want him are teams that are fighting for a Super Bowl. They're going to be teams that are good. So their draft pick's already going to be lower, and then because of all the salary cap stuff, they're going to give you less. So you're talking like a 4th round pick at most for A.J. Brown. It's not worth it. You're better off making him happy and getting a good coordinator and keeping him. The Browns don't want A.J. Brown. They don't want him. They want young guys, draft picks. They've got a new coach coming in. They're going to want to rebuild. Those teams don't want a guy 28, 29 years old. They don't want to pay him all that. They want draft picks. They want young players. So I don't think that's realistic. When people talk about AJ, you're not getting a lot for him. Trade AJ in a first for Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. I don't think the Eagles would do that. Patriots want A.J. Brown. Maybe, but what are they going to give you? A 4th-round pick? I mean, they're drafting what? 20-something? Probably, they may be drafting 29, 30, 31, somewhere in there. So, and then you're going to have to get a 4th-round pick? Nah, it ain't going to happen. I have my answer. The Niner fans are tight right now. I told them they didn't beat the Eagles. The Eagles beat themselves. It's true. We can get a first for A.J. You can't get a first for A.J. Brown. I love A.J. Brown. You can definitely not get a 1st-round pick for him. You're talking about a 4th-round pick, maybe. Stefanski hired as Falcons coach, ESPN reports. Yeah, that's what they were saying in the chat. Stefanski, by all means, great mind. I guess coaching the Browns does not affect you. Like, it doesn't hurt you if they stink because they're the Browns. But interesting. We'll see. That's one team McDaniels can't go to. Restructure A.J. Brown's contract if you trade him so cap it doesn't hurt. Well, yeah, you have to restructure his deal. If you trade him, you have to restructure. Yeah, and A.J. is going to have to be willing to do it to get traded. There's no doubt about it. I know people don't want to hear it, but the truth of the matter is A.J. Brown is not going to net you a 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick. He's too old. And now you got questions of people saying that he doesn't even have anything left. He's not. You're talking a 3rd, 4th, probably a 4th-round pick. It's not worth it. You're better off just keeping him. Andy Davis Super Chat. How bad is Paducci that he couldn't beat an injured Niners team? It's pathetic. Sirianni won his boy in there, and it wasted our season. It did. Wasted our season, wasted another trip to the Super Bowl. The Raiders don't want A.J. Brown. They don't want him. Nobody. The only teams that want A.J. Brown are teams that are on the verge of winning. Teams that are rebuilding don't want him. How old is A.J. Brown? What is he, 29 years old? He's 28. He'll be 30. He'll be 29 in June. So next year, he's 29-year-old receiver. Not getting a 1st or 2nd for him. Sorry. He's 28, but he'll be 29 in June. Meaning next season, he's playing at 29. You ain't getting much for him. You're better off just keeping him. No team is going to give. You tell me what team gave a 1st-round pick for a receiver 29 years old. And then tell me what bad team. Why would a bad team that's 2-3 years away from competing, why would they give you anything for A.J. Brown if he's 29? He's, 26, 27, yeah. A.J. Brown's better off staying in Philly, is my point. The value of him is to keep him. The only teams that are going to want him are teams that are like the Patriots, the Texans, the Bills. Teams that are playoff teams are trying to win. Man, Eagles should still be in the playoffs, and we should be playing Bears tomorrow. Screw the 40 crybabies. Glad they're getting humbled. I agree. Andy Davis Super Chat. Just keep AJ for a new offensive coordinator. Keep your weapons. Exactly. That's exactly my point. That's what you got to do. Because that's where your value lies. Get a flag down. He might not. I think there's a good chance he won't be. But you're not going to get people are going to be very disappointed when they find out what we're getting for him. So would you be okay with trading Nolan Smith in the first round pick for to get Crosby, maybe Miles? Yes, I would. I'm selfish. I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it real. You're going to get like a 4th round pick for him. All right, if you want a 4th round pick for him, do it. Get rid of him. It's not going to help us. And you also said that you would get a 1st round pick for Tanner McKee. Yeah, that's a joke too. Maybe a. Well, Tanner McKee, dude, he blew that. Any draft capital we thought we had went down the drain. Third and 9. Purdy getting pressured. Rolls out to his left. Stops. Looks. Throws. Nice throw to Jennings. Wow. That's a hell of a play by Purdy. Would I take Christian Gonzalez? Yeah, but New England would never do that. Yeah, I saw Josh Allen crying. Josh Prescott. I did. You know what's so funny is Mark Holmes will be over there going, Josh Allen's a choker in the playoffs. But then Dak goes, oh, no, it's okay. McCaffrey has a problem with his left shoulder. He hasn't entered the game yet. Yeah, I saw them rubbing his shoulder. Maybe, like, that's a big loss if he can't play. Here's Purdy running for his life. Looking, backing up, and he's going to throw it away. Phil, do you think we sign a free agent tight end? Dallasgard didn't come back. I hear Darren. I don't want Darren Waller. That dude's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out of football, dude. I don't want anything to do with him. But yeah, I mean, tight end is an issue. Phil, you say AJ's not going to be worth a 2nd round pick. I'll bet you if AJ trade, we will get at least a 2nd round pick. Let's make a gentleman's bet of $20. Let me know where it's sent. Done. I'll take that bet. I'll take it. Done, James. If the Eagles get a 2nd, I'll give you $20. Gentleman's bet. I don't, if they trade him, I don't think they could get that much. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. I'd gladly pay that. I'd be glad to pay it. But I don't think so. I'll take it. Well, Jalen, probably. Yeah. Third and 3. Nothing there. Fourth and 2, Niners going for it. But would you trade Hurts for Josh Allen? No. I prefer to keep AJ, but I prefer to sell him on it. 4th and 2, Niners looking. Purdy running. Oh, sack. He ate it. What a bad sack by Purdy. You might as well just throw it up. And the Seahawks take over. Dude, this game's over. This game's over. Knowing how Jalen might get a contract this offseason. If not, then definitely next year. I agree. Yeah, you got to get Lane's replacement. I get it. You just can't just draft anybody though. It's got to be the right person. You know. Am I high on what? On what, Dameson? On AJ Brown? No. 500, hear me out. I would trade AJ for Dallas's kicker. Yeah, but Dallas wouldn't do that. Yeah, I can't believe we lost these bums either. What are you talking about, Josh Allen? I don't even know what you're talking about. 500, did you see the thing about the Niners facility being next to a power plant? Yeah, I heard that rumor, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I mean, it's been like a rumor for years. So I don't know. Was it a power plant or was it some underground thing? I don't know what was going on. Hey, 500. Agree, Tanner McKee. Our best hope is before the trade deadline. Somebody gets hurt and gets traded for maybe a third or second round for a needy team who is contending. I think you might have gotten a third rounder for McKee before that last performance. I don't think you get that much now. No, I didn't say that. No, I must have answered something different. I don't think I answered anything like that. If I did, then I was talking about I was looking at something else. We did player starters is why we lost, which was stupid. Yeah, nice stupid coach. If it was an electrical substation, and apparently there's a whole study on it, that's weird. But what? So they're studying it to see if it hurts the players, and the Niners are allowing it to happen? Delusional hurts is below an average passer without legs has useless. You think we can have a top O-line, top run game every year to cover for him, also top 10 defense. Well, I think that taking away his legs makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all. And as far as being a passer, I think Hurts has the ability to be a much better passer than he's developed into. I think a lot of it is because of what they do and what they run. I don't believe they run their offense because they think Hurts is limited. I think because their mindset is limited. So I think a good offensive coordinator, a good coach, I think that like saying Hurts is a below passer, below average, I think that would change under the right coordinator, is what I'm saying. But I mean, only time will tell. All right, Seattle's got the ball. 2nd and 3 at the 35. Darnold looking, throws, caught up at the 24. Anthony Davis Super Chat. Hey, Brocky, where's Adrian? Laughing my ass off. Dude, they're kicking the Niners' ass, dude. This really kind of pisses me off a little bit. It's like, why is this game not a good game? Larry Damer Super Chat. 500, would you trade for Max Crosby and let Phillips go? Yeah, I might. Yeah, but it was Kellen Moore's offense. It wasn't Kellen Moore's offense, right? Kellen Moore, he was basically running Nick Sirianni's offense. What if Kellen Moore was allowed to run his offense and didn't have to rip up 80% of it? Then what would he have had? Yeah, I want Mike McDaniel too, man. Damn, I want him. Second and 2. Handoff Walker, first down. Only watch every second of this game to watch the whiner suffer. Could have changed channel and came back, but nope. No, I know. It is nice watching the Niners lose. McCaffrey's still on the bench. They said he's got a stinger. I don't know if he's coming back in. I think McDaniel's hesitant to coach under Nick when Tampa and Detroit will give him a pretty free reign. I mean, I assume the Eagles would give him free reign too. I don't think they can't. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to compete with any top coordinator, you know? Darnold sacked. Mike McDaniel is weird and not made for fit. See, I disagree. I think Mike McDaniel is weird. And I think that's why he'll fit in. He's weird enough and quirky enough that, and nerdy enough that he'll come up with some offense that'll work, and we'll all love him. And he'll be our weird guy. Who gives a shit if he benched Hurts at Alabama? He's 6 years in the league, Super Bowl MVP Alabama. Who'd coach Jalen? He coached Jalen. Oh, of course. I don't give a shit about what happened at Alabama in college. We're so past college right now. We would definitely have the dark. Yeah, we would. And I'm okay with it. Dude, I was listening to McDaniel stuff. Dude will look at your offense and will develop it according to your talent. He doesn't need to just do what everybody thinks he has to do or wants to do. I would love it. Here's a little screen. Jackson Smith going to get close to a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1. Are they going to go for it? Bears, Seahawks, Super Bowl? Well, they can't. Championship game. I'm not big on McDaniel because he tends to be gimmicky and not smash mouth enough. There are times you need to call smash mouth type game. See, but I from listening to him, you know, first of all, look at his running backs and some of the years that they've had. They put up some numbers. Secondly, I think he could develop an offense to fit the players around you. And he talked about being willing to do that. So I think he could fit in that regard. I think the Eagles need somebody creative and inventive, somebody that can look at things in a different way and you know, put it out there on the field. Yeah, smart teams take points. That's true. No, Elliott, I think the Eagles need legit competition at kicker, you know? I think you need legit competition at kicker. You feel like this game's over. Like, you don't feel like there's a chance in hell the Niners can win this game. 500's on drugs. I think he's crashed out. Why? What did I do? What did I do, Tricks? What are you talking about? Missy, you need competition. That's for sure. Leon Banks, thank you for super chat. You think we would have won the second round? I don't. Probably not. I mean, not the way we play. We might not even beat Green Bay the way we played last week. You know. I would have loved to see us at our best versus Seahawks team. That would have been fun. That would have been a fun game. That would have been a really fun game. You missed my chat, man? I did? Let me see, Isaiah. Let me see. You must be talking about a membership thing. Let me see. I don't see anything. I see nothing. Well, I'm sorry if I missed it. I don't see anything here. Isaiah, I'm going back. I'm looking. I don't see nothing. I can't see anything. Uh, dude, A-Chain, Mozart, McCaffrey, all monsters on Mike McDaniel. They were, yeah. Up is down and cold is hot. Talk about that instead of obvious problem. Get Rich Eisen to tell the relax. Get coaches to talk about wins. Ignore your eyes. Shaking my head. What? Prediction 2019 Super Bowl rematch. Rams Patriots. Yeah, it would not surprise me. Purdy back to pass. Going to dump it off to use check. He's going to get a first down. Remember all the 49ers faithful that were clowning Philly last weekend? Oh, revenge is like sweetest joy getting. Oh, I know. Right? No, I didn't. I didn't say that. If I said something like that, I was reading something else or thinking something else because I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember saying anything like that. I was talking about something else earlier about re-signing Hurts. So I don't know. I don't remember saying anything like that. If I did, I was all picked off. Oh, Purdy just threw a pick. If I said something like that, I was not reading the right thing or talking about the right thing. So, because I didn't say that. This is a body bag. I mean, this game's over. Capitula's going to hell. Yeah, Stefanski's the Falcons coach now. That's what they're saying. Finally, the best thing about losing early is that we finally get rest and we will get a good shot landing a legit offensive coordinator candidate in like 1 Super Bowl years. I want McDaniel or Cliff. I want McDaniel. That's who I want. That's who I'm hoping for. And, we'll see. This game's over. Final four, Seattle, Broncos, Texans, and Bears. Wow. So you got the Texans pulling off the huge upset. That would be interesting. Conspiracy 500, how could people in the 60s live stream a moon landing while I lose? Dude, don't get me started. You're gonna get me demonetized. I know, I hear you. I don't understand it either. Turdy pick. Yeah, he stinks. Calling Nick Foles for Broncos. They're not. They're gonna. I mean, they can't. They're not gonna call anybody to come in. I don't see how they could do that. Yeah, but McDaniel is not going to be the head coach. He's going to be the coordinator. The mentality of the team is not going to come from McDaniel. He's not the head coach. We need the conspiracy content Philly or bring back the skits with the long hair. Okay, dude, you don't know how bad I want to do more conspiracy stuff, but I just can't. I can't risk it because YouTube just keeps demonetizing me. Anthony Perry, thank you for super chat. Brocky, get up, right? This game's over. They're going to score a touchdown right now. They score a touchdown right now. This game's over. No way we should have lost to this crappy team. Where that? Yeah, I don't know where he is. Darnold looks, throws, caught. Jackson Smith, gain of 6. He was glazing. I know. Any bad blood still with Vic Fangio? I mean, I don't think there was any bad blood ever. I don't know. I think people assume that, but I don't think that was ever the case. Hey Phil, you do such a good job in football. I think you would be great calling NASCAR. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. There's a handoff to Walker, goes for a yard. So we got to start getting younger on offense. Yeah, I agree. And I think you start that this year in the draft. I think free agency, you focus on defense. I think offense should be focused in the draft. Starting with linemen, I think you need to upgrade your offensive line. I think you need to. I would like to see the Eagles get a stud right guard. 3rd and 5. Seattle really needs a first down here. You got to end this shit now. Darnold looks to. Oh, he's got man wide open. Walker was wide. Walker fell down, man. If he throws a better pass, that might be a touchdown. First down. Damn, if he throws a better pass, that's a touchdown. Damn. McDaniel's interviewing everyone else. 500. I don't see him going. Yeah, he'll get to us. He's got a whole loaded schedule, but he will be interviewing with us. And all reports are that Eagles, Bucks, and Lions are the 3 teams he would like to be offensive coordinators for. So just got to be a little patient. As long as he doesn't get a head coaching job, we'll be all right. There's a handoff to Rashid. Nothing. Lost to 3. Michael Davis Super Chat. Embarrassing the Eagles lost to this depleted Niners team at home. I really hope this Eagles make the right changes at offense. Me too, man. It is embarrassing. It's very, very embarrassing. You didn't know Sills is poisoning Xander's brain. He's becoming another. That's funny. 2nd and 13. Oh, they jumped. That should be a free play. Darnold looks, throws first down. Cooper Kupp at the 15. Man, tight there, Super Chat. If Sirianni is picking up the new offensive coordinators, it will end up being the delivery driver from Pizza Hut, whom Nick plays Madden with. Oh, man. Jeez, you might be right. If they don't cut back, then trade. Yeah, maybe. Andy, thank you for the Super Chat. I knew this ass whooping was coming. The players were still talking about beating us last week. Should have been focused on Seattle. Dingbats. I know they were. They're talking a lot of shit. I can't stand this friggin' team, the Niners. I hope they score again on them right now. F the Niners. Timeout, Seattle. Not 49 fan, but a healthy Cisco team beats Seattle for sure. They did it this year. I mean, they are banged up. It's hard to beat Seattle in Seattle, especially when you start off, they go opening kickoff for a touchdown. It really puts you in a bad spot. Why did this game have to be such a blowout and the other game was so good? Blue Flaming Integration says at least those Whiner fans will disappear till September. Bye week. Well, yeah, they'll be back. Give them 2 weeks. They'll be back. I'm telling you, they don't care. They'll be back in 2 weeks. All right. Ken Seattle's got 1st and 10 at the 15. This is the drive right here. Darnold, hands off. Walker, big hole. Touchdown. It's the game over. Boom. Beat that ass. They are kicking their ass. F you, 49ers. Anthony Davis Super Chat. See the difference between their offensive coordinator and ours? Absolutely. 1,000%. Dude, this game's a blowout. We got 912 people, 436 likes. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. This game's over. Over. Where is that? If the Final Four, Seattle Broncos, Texas Bears, who are you root for? Texans and Bears. I wouldn't mind seeing a Texans-Bears Super Bowl. It'd be different at least, you know. McDaniels is my first choice, but I did some research on the guy from Ole Miss, and I really like him. I think he will stay in Philly for years to come. Something to think about. Yeah, I've heard his name mentioned. I'm just a little scared of going college route. Like, I feel like we need somebody that's a proven, established offensive coordinator. College guy, there's always a risk, you know? You don't know. What did I tell you at the beginning of this game? The effing Eagles are a disgrace for losing last week. It's almost like they had to do it on purpose. I hear you. It is disgraceful, man. No question. One more touchdown, they got to take their starters out. Yeah, right. If it was Nick, it would still be 23-6. He would have went into prevent offense in the beginning of the second half. I'm rooting for the Texans to win the Super Bowl. D'Amico is former Eagle, and Texas winning the Super Bowl makes them Texas team, not the Cowboys. I hear you, man. Hear you on that. I don't want Greg Roman. Leon Banks, thank you for Super Chat. 500. Rank the top 5 teams you hate. I'll go first. Dallas, Niners, Giants, Washington, Kansas City. Also, do we let Dean walk? I don't want to, but I don't know. I think Dean's going to walk. My most hated teams, 1 Dallas, 2 Giants, 3 Washington. Probably 4 the Niners and 5 the Buccaneers. And I do think Dean's going to go. And the David Super Chat. 500, the Niners getting the ass double moonwalked. I know, isn't it a beautiful thing? It's just a shame that we couldn't do this to them. Really? D-Tom, thank you for Super Chat. Doesn't matter who our offensive coordinator is when the running back is getting tackled 3 yards in the backfield. Every other play, somebody has to pay. Well, they need to rebuild that offensive line. Like, you need reinforcements on that offensive line ASAP. I agree. Niners didn't belong in this game. They shouldn't be in this game. We screwed up. They shouldn't be representing. They stink. 500 people don't understand you can't sign free agents during the playoffs, so Broncos have to use their backup quarterback if it's a CBA rule. Well, who are they going to... I think the Niners a few years ago were going to... When they were in the Super Bowl and they were all banged up, weren't they thinking of trying to get Rivers in that Super Bowl? But they had a whole bye week. I don't see how Denver could do that now. They're kind of stuck with what they got. McCaffrey's back in the game and he goes nowhere. Corey Brian Pumper, thank you for Super Chat. We have gotten our backs blown out by the Seahawks. Let's be real, Philly. We got to take off the... No, I don't disagree. Not only that, like I said, you probably weren't in here earlier, but I said, I don't even think we beat Green Bay. So, it is what it is. Still, I don't want to see San Francisco in there. I'd rather us. rather lose to Seattle in Seattle than the Niners at home, dude. Here's Purdy running for his life. Gonna keep it, run, go out of bounds. I'm missing something. Giant fans act like Harbaugh won 5 Super Bowls. I mean, Harbaugh's a good coach, but, they've got to get the right players. That's the whole thing for them. I think Harbaugh's a good coach, but that doesn't mean he's got the talent to all of a sudden start winning. Giants haven't been able to add real talent. I mean, they've got a few guys, but look how long they've been drafted in the top 10. They've done nothing. 3rd and 3 for Purdy. Purdy. Back to pass. Looking. Throws. Caught. Oh, dropped by Jennings. He dropped it. Game's over. Over. Do they send Matt? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that it's impossible to know when you're going to get a new offensive coordinator. 4th and 3 from the 38-yard line. Timeout, Seattle. Yeah, I agree. You got to. All right, 4th and 3. Purdy looking, get pressure. Oh, he's in big trouble. Gets away. Running for his life. He's out of bounds. He goes out of bounds. I think he's out of bounds. Aaron, thank you for Super Chat. I meant to say they did extend Matt LaFleur. They did? I thought he was on the hot seat. See, I think he went out of bounds. Nothing there. Niners are done. Done. Bye-bye, Niners. I guess we could end this stream early. This game's over. Texas Seahawks are Super Bowl top tier defenses. It'd be an interesting game. I would love to see a team like the Texans go. Somebody new, We get an experienced coach. I don't want to hear why this offense struggles. Truth hurts. We got catfish now. He don't want to run. Yeah, but do you really believe that he don't want to run thing? Like why do we believe that? Just because somebody puts out there. Literally, they asked the guy, and he's like, no, I want to run. They don't want me to run. So, does he want to run or does he not? If he doesn't want to run, then you're hurting your own game. Because you can't take away the threat of his legs. That's just stupid. But I don't know if I believe that, man. I listened to him and I said it on Cillia's show. He's like, yeah, I heard it too. Hurt said, I'll run. They don't want me to run. So what is it? Which one? Yeah, both games or more. Both games. Did I hear the reports? No. I mean, I heard something on it. I don't believe it. I don't believe all that bullshit. It's like every time you ever notice every time the coaches get the finger pointed at them is every time they're looking at the coaches, you get this Jalen Hurts is this in the locker room or AJ Brown is this. It always when the focus is on the coaches. I don't believe it. Fab Folder Day for Super Chat. Stefanski's finalized deal with the Falcons. Yeah, that's what I heard. It's an interesting move. Anthony Perry, thank you for Super Chat. Niners getting embarrassed. Damn, yeah, they are. Hurts is the problem. He needs to go. I don't think they're going to get rid of him, Chad. I don't. At least would take at least one more year. Whoever wins the Patriots test games goes to Super Bowl. You might be right. It's interesting, Aaron. What up, Bird Section? My man Leo. Shout out to Leo. What's good, bro? I'm looking forward to the offseason and a change in the offensive corner and bring. Not going to go for the dog whistling, and I'm only concerned with our team. I hear you. And there's a lot of dog whistling right now, man. It's crazy. I hear you. I'm enjoying this beatdown, though. I ain't going to lie. Here's a big run by Walker. One more touchdown. This thing's already over. Shout out to Leo in the Bird Section. Drop your link in there, man. Everybody go sub them up. We're going to the fourth quarter. We are going to the fourth quarter. All right, we go to fourth. All right, Eagles Pro. Good night, safety. All right, my man. Yeah, this one's over. Robert Saleh was smiling hard last week, being up what happened. I know, right? Sam Darnold, 124 yards passing. When Hurts does that, we never hear the end of it. Well, it's like I always say, that the playoff numbers, in the playoffs, the quarterback numbers always come down. The team that's usually winning, they don't put up huge passing numbers. It doesn't happen often. It does happen, but not often as you think. It's not like the regular season. See if Nick Sirianni keeps your foot on the gas. See, right? I'm loving this beat. Makes me mad. Yeah, the Eagles could have done, but we had players crying about stats instead of winning. Yeah, exactly. It's true. We got to refocus, man. That's for sure. Daytona 500. Jalen seeing the low speed with running could be too heavy. I don't know. Hard to know. I mean, he doesn't look bulky to me. I just think it's a thing they don't want him to do. Q-Tip Day for Super Chat. All this game is doing is showing how much the Eagles sucked. They had no business losing to the Niners, to this Niners team. Agreed. 100%. Am I streaming? As of right now, no, but it might change. I haven't decided. Yeah, I saw Josh Allen crying. He knew he blew a perfect opportunity. Brady just said Brady's holding the ball the longest in a game since 2016. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Three and 34. Sad, had to laugh it off. Needs to go, right? Hurts is the problem, 500? Well, I mean, look, you could think that. They're not going to get rid of him, so you're stuck with him. I love you, Phil. Hope you get some cutty tonight. Thank you, Isaiah. I appreciate that. Big offseason acquisition coming. Nobody saw Saquon coming right after 20. That's true. Here's another handoff. Walker. Walker first down, still on his feet, and all the way to the 10-yard line, man. Jeez. They just want it. Seattle wants it bad. They want it way more than the Niners. Maurice, thank you for super chat. We need to hire a coordinator by Tuesday. I don't know if they'll have one by Tuesday, but we'll see. Oh, 500. Oh, so now Hurts is the problem. The quarterback just won your Super Bowl. I swear people in this chat are pathetic and don't understand football. I'm just reading a chat. I'm just reading a comment. It's not my personal opinion. Walker going to go nowhere. 40 burger incoming? Yeah. You ain't kidding. Think we signed Njoku? I have no idea, man. I don't even know. Like, it's hard to know where they're going to go, especially on the offense side of the ball, because you don't know who the coordinator is. Until we get a coordinator, it's kind of hard to know. What do you think the Vikings think? They let Darnold go, and here he is headed to the NFC Championship game. Here's a handoff. Walker up to the 5-yard line. Niners didn't beat the brakes off the Eagles, so now we won't. Why they lost? Buffalo? 3rd and goal. Yeah. All the games, this is the one blowout. Third and goal. Yeah, I think the Seahawks coach is pretty good. I like their offense. I like the style of offense they play. All right, 3rd and goal. Big 3rd and goal at the 6. Not really, but we're going to run it again. Touchdown. Wow. This game is a blowout. Holy shit. You have to be a football for Allen. He's definitely a trier. And God loves a trier. Tough sport. See, I was doing what we couldn't. Press deeper balls into the game. Oh yeah. They don't play prevent offense in the second half. They're gonna have 41 points in a minute. This game's over. Yeah, notice I'll see how you have to take your foot off the gas, right? Exactly. Now they'll start to take their foot off the gas. If I'm Seattle, right now I start to take my starters out. There's no reason to keep your starters in. I start taking them out. I don't know. The Bills might fire their coach. That's something to keep an eye on. And if they do, they got also change plan. If they do, Joe Brady should be an interesting candidate. Yeah, it just shows you how bad we were. We stunk, man. Anthony Davis Super Chat. This is the nuclear explosion from Seattle to San Francisco. It is. This game's over. This game's over. What up, Philly? Just joining. Are you going to stream the games tomorrow? Who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? I am going to stream both games tomorrow. I'd like to see Bears-Texans. I'd like to see new teams in there, That'd be interesting, at least. Mike Shred, favorite Super Chat. Don't matter what these idiots say. 49ers and Cowboys both choke artists. The genius of Kyle Shanahan. Where is it tonight? Yeah, well, it always collapses in the playoffs or Super Bowl. That's for sure. It's over, Dak. It's over. Laugh at my ass if the Whiners really thought they did something beating us. Yeah, and they didn't. They didn't. This game sucks. All the playoff games so far have been good. This game sucks. I think tomorrow should be good. That Rams-Bears game is the one I'm most interested in. I think that's going to be a really good game. I don't know if I'm streaming Monday night. I'm leaning towards no right now, but we'll see. I want them to score 49. Here comes the pick six. Another defensive touchdown by Seattle. It's coming up. You'll know. We'll see if the 49ers are ready to pack it in. They come out, throw, or they start running the ball, start wearing the clock out. That's the question. I mean, there's no chance this game has any chance of being close. This game is friggin' over. And then they were super chat. Niners flying back to San Francisco in full hazmat, head to toe. Oppenheimer waiting for them at the airport gates. Oh, that's hilarious. It's true, though. $41-6. Niners hand off McCaffrey. They still got their starters in. I still think they got their starters in. Second and 2, Niners under center. They're going to run it again, aren't they? Yeah, they're done. They gave up. They still got their starters in Seattle. This game just shows you how pitiful our offensive coach was and how the Eagles played Carter. It's true. Yeah, Bo Nix broken ankle. I saw that. 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak, Purdy. Niners are just running. They're just running this clock out. The fact that the Broncos are going to AFC Championship game and Bo Nix broke his ankle and his out for season is crazy. It is crazy. Talk about bad break. Annette Davis super chat. Bang bang Cancun gang. Hate. Watch successfully complete. Yeah, right? That's hilarious. Bang bang Cancun gang. I like it. Purdy gonna dive for a couple. Bring Allen to Philly. How would that happen? They would never do that. Buffalo would never do that. They look like the 20. They do. They look good. Purdy throws. First down. I'm not really. I mean, I don't really root for anybody. But if you said to me, "What Super Bowl would you be most interested in?" Probably Bears Texans. That would be interesting to see two different teams. But as far as rooting, nah, I don't root for anybody else unless I have money on it. Purdy back to pass, looking. Rolls out. Goes out of bounds. Let's get Chris of Louisville. Maybe. So this game just shows you how bad our head coach and offensive coordinator were adjusted. The Eagles players carried the team as far as they could. I agree. I totally agree with that. Second and 7. Purdy back to pass. Looking. Oh, he's going to get his fumble. Seattle gets it. Keep running. Nobody touched you, dude. Keep running. Keep running. Nobody touched you. You gotta keep running, dude. Nobody touched him. Lawrence. Brutal, man. This game's over. This game's over. Cry, Niner gang, cry. 50 burger? I don't know. I'd be surprised if you even see Darnold in the game. I think if I'm Seattle, I'm probably pulling my guys now. No? The ghost of Reggie hit him. Jeez, crazy. Niners knew all they had was to throw everything at the Eagles game and just play spoiler. That was it. Only down 35. Happy days are here again. I don't know about that. Touchdown, go for 2. This game's over. Yeah, they got that ass whooped. He loves Brock Prescott. Brock Prescott stunk tonight. Mike, thank you for super chat. Bo Nix broke his ankle. Breaking news. No way. Yeah, he's gone for a year. He's going to have surgery on Tuesday. He's done. It's going to be tough for Denver, man. It's going to be crazy. Devontae, thank you for super chat. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I would be watching with anger so I could get back to another bowl. Can't believe we lost to a shitty 49ers team. I agree, man. I agree with you. 100,000%. Yeah, Darnold's not even in. Anthony, they were super chat. Hey, Dallas, D-Lo may be going to a Super Bowl. How you feeling? Drew Lock is now in. Oh, they got their backups in now. Seattle's got their backups. I can't believe we lost to the Niners. This game's over. I honestly think Hurts will get another ring before Josh Allen gets this. I kind of agree. If we do the right things this all season, we'll be back at it. 23-19 was, yeah, I know it was, Ned. So, because you guys got whooped today, boy. I'm more embarrassed tonight watching San Francisco get their ass kicked than last week. How did we lose to this team? DJ David Super Chat. Yo, Philly, if the Bengals called and they were willing to trade Burrow for Hurts, would you do it? Burrow? I don't know if I would do it. And here's why. I think Burrow's a great talent, but Burrow sounds like he's about to retire. Do you hear Burrow talk? He talks like he's going to retire soon. I don't know where his head is. Because to me, Burrow sounds like he's ready to retire. He don't sound like he's going to be there long term. Just go listen to him speak at the end of the year. He don't sound right to me. Joel Perez, every super chat. Niner fans, put Trey Lance in the game. Right? It's just running the clock out. This is all garbage time now. No, yeah, I mean, I get it, but dude, I don't think he's gonna like if Joe Burrow retired this offseason, it would not shock me. Just hearing him talk, I don't know where his head's at. The other thing I don't like Burrow is hurt too much. He's always hurt. Rams going to Super Bowl. You got a tough game, Mel, tomorrow. It's going to be a good game tomorrow. I think the winner of that NFC game goes to Super Bowl still. All right. This game's over. All right, well, listen, I think I'm gonna end this early. This game's got 6 minutes left. It's over. It's over. And we got a long day tomorrow. We got 2 double headers. Well, not 2 double headers, but we got a double header. So I think I'm gonna cut out now and then get ready for tomorrow. With the 2 games. This game's over. I mean, this is like an embarrassment. Purdy's not even in. They took Purdy out of the game. So both teams got back. It's like preseason game now. So, yeah, Mac Jones is now in there. So this game's over. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to go. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Interesting discussions. It's going to be a crazy offseason, that's for sure. But we got 2 games. Hopefully, they'll be a lot better tomorrow. I expect that New England Texan game to be really interesting. And then the Bears-Rams game, I think, is going to be amazing. So, but this game's over. I'm checking out. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the first game. I hope you guys have a great, great night. I'm going to get out of here while the game is ending. It's over. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. And we out of here. Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time. Come on. Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. You gotta do something. I feel like it's gonna take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.